This tutorial is all about lips, how we draw the fashion lips. So, I'm using a Wacom tablet and Adobe Photoshop 2019. The first thing is to create a new empty layer from the Layers panel. Create a new layer, all right, on top of everything else. And now we are taking the brush tool. The shortcut key is over here, brush. And we are using, because I'm using a tablet, I'm using soft pressure, hardness 0%. No, I need a little bit more hardness. Size 16 is gonna be all right. And I will use this tool, the symmetry tool. I don't wanna do double time everything. So I'm using this line and I'm starting to draw. All right. Now, I'm drawing in the beginning a straight line over here. This is the size of my lips. And then I draw a mountain. It goes like this. Yeah. And now I'm going for the lower lip that is a little bit bigger than the upper lip. Okay, let's start. Let's place it around, let's say over here. I'm starting. Oops, around here. It looks fine. So now let's fill it with color. We are using the paint bucket tool that is over here. The shortcut key is G. I really use shortcuts. And I'm gonna take this red color I chose before with the eyedropper tool. The eyedropper tool is I, and then hit J, and let's fill my lips. All right. I hit many times the bucket in order to fill and don't leave white gaps. Now I have to do some shadows, don't I? Shadows and lights. So the shadows are in the middle of the lips and more on the upper lip and on the sides of the lip and a little bit down here. Let's start. For the shadows, I am using the burn tool. O is the shortcut. I have checked the midtones and exposure, it's a little bit more. Let's do it 39%. I want a really hard result. Maybe a little bit bigger. Control Z a little bit steps back. I don't want to mark. Unfortunately, the mirroring effect doesn't work with this tool. I have to do in both sides. Hop. Photoshop will fix this in future. Add this. It's not actually a mistake, but it would be a good idea to have the mirroring tool combined with other tools. As you see, already they look more puffy. On the sides, I can insist a little bit more. See, it's almost black over here. Very dark. Okay, a little bit wider. You can change the exposure if you want to be a little bit more softer. It needs a lot of time, so I'm almost finished, let's say. And then I choose the dots tool in order to make some lights extra. You see, the color is already. Where do we put lights? In the center, in the center. In the center. Shadows, let's use midtones, maybe. Yeah, you can see the effect is even better. Excellent. So you can add also some white lip gloss. So let's see, what color is it? It's not actually white pink. And then use your brush, but this time, oh, I don't want the symmetry off. Now, the brush should be a little bit not so hard in order to be softer, okay? And the opacity may be a little bit softer as well. So I'll do this many lines. Maybe the sides should be smaller as well in order for the lines to be softer. Now you can see nothing. Haha, okay. I'll do some white lines. Yes. Okay. So if they look a little bit rough, that they do, you can use the blur tool over here in order to make it softer. See, it already blurs this effect. Yeah, not bad. More or less. Zoom out. It's gonna be all right. So I want to remove the outline, this black outline, because it looks a little bit fake. What do? Right-click on the layer, on the thumbnail of the layer, and select pixels. You can see they're already selected around. And choose Add Layer Mask. You can see with Add and left-click here that our lips are selected. They're white. It's better to paint this in the middle as well, white, in order not to hide our middle line. Okay, this is just a mask effect. But I want to be sure my lips are selected. So, Alt and left click here. Now we have a layer mask, double left click here, and then we can shift edge and smooth and feather. Okay, now we see that's happening. Reduce a little bit feather, add contrast, I like contrast, and add smooth, and shift edge. Feather was working actually. Okay, I like it as it is. Select OK. Now, one thing I forgot to do is turn a little bit. This line is not that straight. I have to do filter, liquify. Choose this, liquify gallery. But a mistake. I have to choose the layer, not the mask. Filter, liquify. Liquify, we can do many things. Now, let's see. One thing I forgot, turn a little bit backwards. Now, it all makes sense now, doesn't it? They look very much juicier. So, what do I do with my lips? This is one kind of lip. There are many, many lips around the world. You can see there are thin lips, there are heavy. Thin lips are more intellectual. Heavy upper lips, wide lips, more sexy lips. Have heart shape, very nice. Let's try the heart shape, why don't we? Okay. Let's go for it. How can we transform? You can check, transform, edit, transform, and wrap. From wrap, you can transform your lips any style you want. It looks nice. Maybe if I would draw this again, I will do a little bit more fading over here. Now, we have the heart shape. Why don't we do some thin lips? Let's go for the thin lips. Another way to do it is by filter, liquify again. Now, see the outline, how bad it looks. We use the first tool over here, the wrap tool. We can use also these tools. Okay, let's start with this one. And make them a little thinner, a little more thinner, smaller. You can do anything you like in Photoshop. It's true. It's true. It's very true. And let's see about these tools, the blow tool and the packer tool. See the packer? It's a little bit dangerous. Forget about it. Okay, let's correct. This side. Liquify needs a lot of memory of your computer. Okay, here we are. Now what do we do? we delete this layer mask, right click over here, select pixels, we add a new layer mask, and then double click on the mask, and shift edge, smooth, feather, contrast. Now a little bit more shift edge, we are all right. And you can see these white lines. This is because Alt and right click here, this is gray. Black, gray covers the picture. So with the brush, cover this, side to side, Alt and left click, and here we can see the black line again. What do we do with the lips? Now, we have this fashion face. Let's choose lips. I will choose the heart shape. Alt and left click, drag and drop. Let's try and place them on a girl. Very juicy. Now they look pretty fine, I think. With the arrows up and down, I place them in the right direction. So here we are, lips for fashion. So if you like our video, subscribe to my channel and you get notification for the new more coming. Thank you and have a nice day, my friends.